Hey, JoJo's Fam Bam. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I hope you stick around and subscribe and ring the bell and support my channel. To all you OGs, welcome back. I love you guys so much. Everybody's been asking about this video. As you can tell in the title, living with 150 plus women in the same big room. Before I get started, I would like to say I do not glorify prison. I do not think prison is cool. This is just my story that happened to me, or I seen with my own eyes, or heard with my own ears. Okay, but okay. As you can tell in the title, what is it like, JoJo? What are the girls like? What are the women's like? Are they nice? Are they this? Are they that? Well, some prisons keep the dorms, it's like open dorms with 150 or more beds. Some prisons, it's a two-man cell. It just depends. I've been in both type prisons. So today I'm talking about the prison that has the open bay dorm with 150 or more women in. I think it's about 150. Might be a little more, a little less. I'm not sure. But everyday life. Wow. There is a lot of different type of attitudes. Some are sad, some are happy, some are young and they just don't care and they're hopping around, acting all bad, saying their area code, deuces and all this stuff. There's women in there that's their house because they're going to be there for the rest of their lives. So that's their house. And you will not disrespect their house. So getting up every day, I'll go from morning to nighttime. Getting up every morning, they turn the lights on. I can't remember exact what time it was. Because I was an inmate without a watch, so I didn't know what time it was. I had to ask somebody. It was about 4:30. So they turn the lights on, and you got to get up. Now, mind you, there's some women that don't brush their teeth. I'm just saying. Or, wash your face or anything. Some women would already be up in the shower, so they could have the first clean shower. Some women, the guards have to come around and wake up because they just don't get up when the lights come on. Well, the lights are always on, but they dim them down low. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. When they fully turn them on. And the guard comes out, the CO comes out and, is walking the paths down and up. Well, I'll explain to you, the dorm I'm talking about was in Florida. It was against the wall, like when you first come in, it was like about 6 or 7 single beds. And then all the way down the wall was nothing but top and bottom bunk beds around the wall, all the way around. And then in the middle, in the middle was all single bunks. That's where I was at, because I have had seizures in my lifetime, so they put me on single bunk. But so it's a lot of beds, a lot of women, and a lot of things go on. Oh my God. So back to the showering. So you got to remember there is trying to remember 1, 2, 3, about 6 to 8 showers. That's it. Yes, that's it. So you got women in the shower, taking their time, da da la 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 la. You got women in line waiting for someone to come out the shower so they can get in. Mind you, they got to be at work or school or whatever, doctor appointment or whatever at a certain time. So they got to, so a fight might break out or an argument. Usually it's just an argument. There has been fights that broke out because of the shower. Then you got like 8 toilets. So everybody, when they get up, just about has to use the restroom. So you got a line for the restroom going on. Then you're trying to wash your hands after the restroom. You got 3 or 4 women because they got about 6 or 8 sinks. Women's trying to wash their hands. You got 3 or 4 women at the sinks trying to brush their teeth, wipe their face. Some are laughing. Some are, carrying on. Some are depressed. And if you look at them the wrong way, they're going to strangle you or something. I don't know. But so you got a lot of attitudes. Then I think it's 8 o'clock, the yard opens. Okay, the yard opens, and whoever has a job, this is Monday through Friday, whoever has a job, that means in the chow hall, in the library, at school, because they, they help the teachers. The lawn stuff, wherever they got to go to work. So the yard opens and everybody can go outside. Now, I don't know if I could fit, I'm going to try to fit all this in a half hour, guys, okay? The yard opens, and whoever is a houseman is you stay in the dorm when the yard opens, and that whole dorm gets clean. Swept, mop, wiped, bathroom's done, everything gets done. And sometimes extra stuff, that the COs will make you do. And a lot of people would run outside. They, I ain't doing that stuff. And I'll admit, I was one of them that did that. Because my attitude when I first went to prison was, I'm in prison. You think I'm going to work? So, but I learned from that. Trust me, I learned from that. Now I would clean up my mess, but I didn't feel like I had to clean up after all them other women. You know what I mean? Especially the restroom. I would have went to solitary confinement before I would have cleaned that restroom. That's for sure. I'm just saying, keeping it real, y'all, like I always do. So anyway, the yard opens, people sneak out. Then you got COs out there trying to find these inmates to bring them back in and so they can clean. So it only takes just a little bit of time. Then you can go out. Then your work's done. You can go out. So what you do, there's a yard. When you go out, you'll go out the door, you'll go into a foyer where there's 2 phones, and then there's another door, and you go out that door, and then there's a yard with a fence around it, and then you have a guard at the guard, I don't know what they call them, but it's the guard stand, and this guard, or this CO, is literally up in that stand, walking around the walking around the tower with a shotgun in his hand. Yeah, it's serious. That was kind of scary when I seen that. I was like, wow, I've only seen that on the movies, you know what I mean? But they do have towers with the guard, the CO walking around with a gun. Yes, they do. And then they have that blowhorn that they'll talk, inmate, get inside the line, or whatever. They're yelling at an inmate because they seen them do something. So everybody just hangs out in the yard until about those who are not at work still. Because usually people that did laundry, library, school, the lawn stuff, they didn't come in until the yard closed. That's when they got off of work. But anyway, everybody pretty much just hangs out in that yard because you're not allowed to go into the other gates because there's like the gates for these 2 dorms with wires around them, the gates for them 2 dorms, and these 2 dorms, and so on. And you're not allowed around people that just coming in. And there's just so many rules. I got so many videos to do, y'all. And I promise I'm going to get on them because there's so much to talk about. Just like your average everyday in prison is different on canteen day. Canteen day, they're out. Girls that don't have no money, they literally get in a line because they, you know, when you used to line up in second grade in your classroom, the line where it said like 102 and you was in room 102, so you lined up. Well, that's how they had it for the canteen. It went Oscar 1, Oscar 2, Papa 1, Papa 2. Yeah, so whoever was in a dorm, they would hurry, and they didn't have no money. This was one of their hustles. They would get in line, and somebody that had to be at work, they had to hurry up and get their canteen. If they didn't get it, they wasn't going to get it that day. They needed that spot to go next so they can get their stuff, throw it in their lockbox, and then go to work. Well, they would sell them spots for $5-10. Sometimes I knew a person sold their spot for $20. $20, and a girl bought it. She went for it because she wanted her canteen before she went to work. So anyway, basically, if it's not canteen day, then it's pretty much boring. You got some girls jogging, some girls walking around. This is a big circle, and they got picnic tables. You just sit around, and it's really, I couldn't wait for the yard to close so I could go back inside. Because sometimes if you were out there, they wouldn't unlock the door because they were too busy to get back in. You was allowed to lay down on your bunk, but you couldn't get up underneath covers because your bed had to be made crisp every morning. That's what I left out, y'all. I'll get better at storytelling, I promise. I promise. I left out you got to make your bed crisp and everything, or they'll just tear it down and throw it on the floor and make you do it all over again. I've seen that happen too. So the yard closes and everybody comes in. People's getting showers again. It's getting close to dinner time, and I left out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast and lunch. Breakfast was at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Some women go out for breakfast. Lunch was, I don't know, I can't remember, y'all. Maybe 10 something, almost 11 o'clock. But basically, if you wasn't at breakfast and you wasn't at lunch, you was in that the little yard just sitting, talking, reading, smoking, rolling cigarettes, this whatever. Kind of boring. You was able to go to the library if you wanted to check out some books. Where else? That's the only place you could go without like an appointment. You just couldn't go over to the hair salon and say, yo girl, put some curls in my hair. You know what I mean? You had to have an appointment. So basically, all you have to do, all that there is to do in there is think. Well, that's all I did anyways. Think. Listen to music. Y'all, I would listen to Delilah at nighttime and cry my eyes out. Just cry my eyes out. And if I read any books, it was always Chicken Soup for the Soul. Because I love hearing inspirational stories. It just makes my heart so strong and happy, and you know, I know there's hope. That's what it was. I knew there was hope. Okay, and so the yard closes, and around, I don't know, sometimes the COs would give the mail before dinner, but usually they waited after dinner. So everybody went to dinner, or people that didn't go to dinner, they was making their canteen food and stuff and eating, showering, getting in their night stuff. Now, their night stuff was all white. Like their underwear was all white, if you want to call them underwear, granny panties, big drawers. Their bra, if you want to call it a bra, the thing that you strapped around you, because it wasn't a bra. Everything was white, and then you had a house coat. You always, or you could wear your white tee and your blue shorts, or your blue tee and your blue shorts that you get out of your clothes box or you bought from somebody, which you're not allowed to do, but they do it. So I had shorts and a shirt. But if I got up off of my bunk and went to the restroom, I had to have my ID tag on and my robe on, or I would get in a lot. Like some of them COs took that stuff so serious, like you knew who you can get away with and who you couldn't. I just made it a habit of always putting it on. And let me know what you think about a video about prison habits that follows home with you. If you'd like to see that, maybe next. Let me know in the comments. So basically, and now everybody's either listening to music, playing cards, in the little room watching TV. Y'all, I didn't watch TV the whole 4 years I was there. Because, I mean, you couldn't hear it anyway. You had to sit on a metal stool or, thing that's embedded in the floor. It was metal. In a little round circle, you had to sit, y'all, I got a back on me, so a little circle like this, it's uncomfortable. Well, and you couldn't hear it anyway, so I just either talked to my bunkies, these two bunkies, usually, not the bunkie to the right of me, she was a, little old African American lady that had been there so many times. That's another video I'm going to do just about that lady. I'm going to tell you all about that lady. Let me know if you'd like to hear about a lady that was in prison, that had been to that prison 20 times. Let me know if you'd like to hear that video too. Yes, because they give you they number you. If it's your first time, it's 0 and then dash and then something. If it's your second time there, it's A dash and then something. So yeah, she was way up in alphabets. Let me know if you want to hear that story. Just let me know. I would really enjoy making that story. Anyway, I'd talk to the girl in front, right next to me on my left-hand side, and the one in front of me and stuff. But just sit there and talk, and it's basically, write letters. I know I'm leaving out a lot of stuff. And like I said, y'all, I mean, it is what it is. I'm talking to y'all like if y'all was standing right here, right in front of me. I don't know how to publicly speak proper, if there's even such a thing. But society says there is. But it's okay. It is what it is. I know y'all take me for who I am. And you love me for who I am, just like I love all y'all for who you are. I don't look at, the skin color. If you're a boy, girl, if you married to a boy, I love everybody. And I just want to help people understand that prison is no good. And with addiction comes jails, institutions, and then the big D. Yeah. Y'all know what that is. Some people's mothers are in prison, and they ask me, it goes further than just YouTube. I get DMs all the time asking me questions, advice, and I only give advice if I know, if I personally know, the situation or whatever. And But it goes deeper than YouTube, y'all. But I am helping a lot of people, and it doesn't matter how I talk, because I'm all over the board, and like I said, I know I'll get better. I mean, if you sit and do this all the time, of course you're going to get better. Why? Because practice makes perfect. Anyway, y'all. Y'all just make me smile. I love you guys so much. I know I keep saying that, but I really do. Y'all just don't know what y'all have done for me. Y'all are helping me. You say I'm helping y'all. Y'all are helping me. But anyway, back to the story. It's nighttime, so, I called mail. I was the mail caller. I had a CO nickname me Gator. He'd open a little window and go, Gator! And I knew what was up. He wanted me to come up there and call the mail. Because they say I have a loud voice that carries, but I don't know. So I would call the mail. People would get their mail. And just, at nighttime, I could go on and on and on and on and on with this. I mean, you had women under the covers with one another. You had women sitting beside their beside their bed, like in the floor, hiding from where the officers could see, just talking after the lights went dim, not out, dim. A lot of things goes on in there. But that's pretty much the whole day, other than if you're going to make a phone call. Yeah, I mean, that's women washing their clothes in the buckets because they don't send them out to laundry, because who wants their clothes washed with 149 other women's clothes? Not I. No ma'am, no ham, no Sam, no how. So, also in this video, and I'm going to cut it off, I promise y'all get better at talking, at telling stories, I mean. And I wanted to talk to y'all. There's 72% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. If you watch my videos, please will you consider subscribing. It's that little red button. It's free, and it'll help me in the long run. I am almost to the point of being monetized. I'm still a little ways off, but it's like I got a big chunk taken off them 4,000 watch hours. So if y'all could watch my video all the way through, watch another video, just help me get there, you guys, because that is such a, what do they call that? Achievement. You know how you get when you 1,000 follow or subscribers, and then it's a goal. It's a goal. Also, I'm going to do let me know if you want prison pizza or a prison cake at 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a video on that. Let me know which one, a prison pizza or a prison cake, okay? Also, give me suggestions to talk about. And whatever I get the most of is what I'll do next. Y'all, hope this video wasn't all over the place too much and boring. But I do talk to y'all like every one of you are standing right here in front of me like, yo, man, I love you guys. You know what happened? Like, that's just how I am. My kids get mad at me all the time because, like today, I got some air in my tire, and the young man, he put air in my tire before at this tire place, and I was just talking to him about the dog, and then it went on about something else, and Carrie's like, Mom, you talk to everybody too long, like you've known them forever. I'm like, this is how I am, you know this. But yeah, And it wasn't nothing, no, flirting or anything like that. It was just talking about my dog and talking about, a little bit about politics, God, yes. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. If you made it this far, thank you. I love y'all so much. And if you made it this far, put a purple heart too in the comment, please. Put a purple heart. I want to see. Put a purple heart. And mwah, mwah, 2 kisses to you. But y'all, I love y'all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to others. Smile at someone. You never know what they're going through. You might save their life. Open a door for somebody. A woman can be open a door for another woman. It's 2020, y'all. Open that door. They look at you like, now make sure they say thank you, because if they don't say thank you to me, you know what I say to them? I'm like, you're welcome. With a smile. But y'all, I love you. Please let me know in the comments. And you already know what it is. Until next time, bye.